Hey guys, Bagel Master. I'm here with some Titanfall gameplay for you, Attrition on Lagoon. Now, I'm just going to warn you, this is one of my worst games ever, but I hope you enjoy the video. Now, what I'm using here is the Longbow DMR Sniper, with 6x zoom scope and cloak. It's a pretty good long-range sniper weapon. It's a 2-shot kill, except when you get headshots. However, it is terrible at close-range fighting, as you will see in a second here. Now, what I'm using here is the R97 SMG with iron sights and stim. Well, this is a pretty good loadout to open up your games with, because you can get across a map really fast with it, thanks to the stim. Also, I tend to have close-range engagements at the beginning of games, and the R97 has the rate of fire that you need for those close-range engagements. However, with long-range engagements, as you see here, you will usually lose, and whenever you're outnumbered, as you will see later in the video. In cases like these, I would suggest running away or using your explosives to try and get rid of one while handling the other with the SMG. Now, the R101C is probably the best all-around weapon in the game. That's what I'm using here: iron sights, cloak, and satchel charges. The R101C carbine is an amazing weapon. It's got great range and damage. However, it won't hold up in close-range engagements against things like an SMG, which have a stronger rate of fire. I would definitely suggest it whenever you're beginning, because it's just such a great all-around weapon. Now, the satchel charges are probably best used on hardpoint operations, because you can set them in an area and then sit there and wait for your prey to appear and then detonate them. The cloak is best used against Titans because it doesn't really fool pilots. Next, I want to talk about grunts. These little guys are so brave, and they keep the game moving. I just went through that one with my SMG. He got back up and kept shooting. Incredible. Also, Spectres, these guys really do make the game interesting, because you can hack them and create an army. Particularly in the last mission of a campaign, if you're holding down a hardpoint, suddenly Spectres will come off the rack and help you. Next, I want to talk about the executions and melee attacks. They are really unique to this game. In what other games do you do something like this, aside from Halo? Also, in Titanfall, you kick rather than knife or swing your weapon at the person. This is unique to Titanfall, and I really like it. They are the first people who have done a jump kick. Next, we're going to talk about Titans. These are a really cool score streak. I mean, in what other game do you get to call in a giant robot with a massive weapon that just destroys everything in its path? In this case, I'm using a Strider with arc cannon. This is not my favorite loadout. I normally use an Ogre or an Atlas with either the 40mm cannon or the chain gun. However, nuclear eject on these things is probably the only reason that I use it, because you can get to your opponents really fast and eject, and then you'll just destroy them. Now, on this loadout, I'm using the mag launcher, which is a good weapon to use against things like Spectres. They are magnetic grenades, so any Spectres that you see and fire at will immediately have grenades that lock onto them. Next, we're going to talk about the map. Now, Lagoon is one of my least favorite maps because it's so open. My favorite ones are either Angel City or Training Ground. Angel City because it's urban warfare, which is a lot of fun, and Training Ground because it's probably my best map to play on. Now, Lagoon, it's so open that you're always hiding from the other team's Titans, unless you're in the super carrier or one of the two huts. Next, we're going to talk about Pilot Titan combat. A pilot has no chance of doing any damage to a Titan unless they get on top of it and rodeo it. The anti-Titan weapons are really underpowered, with the exception of the Archer. However, a Titan's shields will immediately begin regenerating and make any damage that you happen to do obsolete. As you can see here, I'm chasing a Titan, hoping to rodeo, which is the only hope that you have of taking down a Titan as a pilot, unless that Titan is really badly damaged. Now, the best anti-Titan weapon that is a primary weapon as rodeoing is probably the Spitfire LMG with the hammer mod. It is a mod that gives you extra power whenever you are rodeoing a Titan. Lastly, we're going to talk about something brand new that Titanfall brought to the gaming industry, and that is the openings and closings to a game. You open up in a dropship jumping out, and the closing is the epilogue, or the chance for the defeated team to escape, which is get to a dropship and fly away. These dropships can be destroyed, which I think is really great, and you can also fly away in them. The dropship has about as much health as an Ogre or maybe an Atlas Titan, along with shielding. The dropship here is delayed, so you do have a chance if you're on the opposite side of the map to get there. I get an engagement with a pilot here who's hiding, hoping to get any pilots who try to escape. He succeeds in that he gets me, and our evacuation is denied because there are several enemy Titans below. That is all, guys, and I will see you later.